We spend hours, days, months, and sometimes years working toward a goal that we want to achieve. And we give our all to the life that we want to build for ourselves. But whenever we stop to take a look at how far we still need to go to be able to achieve something and to be able to feel that we have, yes, I've made it. Yes, I am doing good in life. I am able to do the things that I wanted to. Somehow there's always still a long way to go. Somehow there's always another goal that needs to be achieved yet. Somehow there's always one thing that we're still working on that we wish that could be fulfilled somehow. So there's always something that is still pending and that we still want to achieve, and we are never there yet. This feeling, I believe, is something we all go through who wants to do something good with their life and want to become their best version. And whenever we take a pause to look how far we still need to go and how long do we need to make sacrifices and do the hard work and make the hard choices that we are making, we always find ourselves at square one. And we always feel that there is still a lot to do, we are nowhere, we have not done a lot. And if this is something you feel, then you have clicked on the right video. Because in this video, I'm going to tell you the one thing that you need to do to stop feeling this way. Hi everyone, I'm Anushka Shukla and I'm a software engineer working in Bangalore with a great and deep love towards mental health and spreading the knowledge that I have learned through the 5 years of working on myself and 3 years of therapy. So coming straight to the point, the sole reason why we feel never enough with our success, with our progress, and always feel that we still have to do a lot and there's always still another goal and another target to fulfill is because we never, ever look back at our progress. We're always looking front, where still how much do I need to cover, but we never, ever take a pause to look back how much and how far we have come. And we might say, okay, I've come so far, I have done so much, I've been working on this for 3 years, 4 years, whatever. But have we ever given that much time or thought to how actually we have grown, or how much effort that has already gone in by us, and what all things we have already achieved and have acquired and have done? We don't. We might superficially be looking things in hindsight and looking at our success and saying things externally, but have we actually internalized it? Have we actually deeply thought about it? Not really. And that is the number one reason why we feel this way. Because as soon as we accomplish something, as soon as we achieve a target, our focus, our mind immediately goes towards the next thing that we need to do. And somehow we devalue the things that we have already achieved. Somehow we feel that whatever success or whatever task that we have already achieved or we have done, it was easy. It wasn't that hard, and anybody could have done that. So we devalue the things that we have achieved or accomplished or done, and we put so much value towards the thing that has not yet been done by you or that you still need to do. So you see, there's a distortion here that we devalue and we don't give enough credit to the things that are done by you, and a lot of credit and putting that thing on a pedestal, the thing that you have not yet achieved. And this attitude, this behavior is something which is deeply rooted within us, because this is what we have learned from in most of the cases, this is what we have learned from our primary caregivers, which were our parents. What we learned in our childhood, or what experiences, what behavior, what knowledge we acquire in our childhood becomes our behavior or becomes our personality in the adulthood. Growing up, I learned to always focus on the next. And I think this is an experience which all Indian kids would have experienced too. So any time that I achieved something, a grade, or mostly grades, mostly marks, whenever I got a mark or got a good grade, the first thing that was told to me was, okay, good, but in the next exam also you should perform this well, or in the next exam try to get better marks. So the behavior that was trained to me, that I was trained towards, was always focus on the next task. After you have completed your task, okay, that's done, don't stay here. If you have done good, don't stay here. Focus on the next task, focus on the next exam, focus on the next thing that you need to accomplish. That actually told our brain was to never focus on the achievements that you have done or you have accomplished. And this is why we feel that way. And what's the downside of it? The thing is that you will never, ever, ever feel accomplished no matter where and what you do in life, because you have never learned how to feel it. You have always learned to chase a task, chase a goal, and then once you are there, you start looking for the next one. So you will never, ever, 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 ever feel accomplished, because that's not what you have learned. That's not what you have trained your mind, or you don't know how to feel that way. You don't know how to feel successful. You don't know how to appreciate the work or the goal that you have accomplished. So we'll never be able to feel successful, feel content and happy with our life unless and until we do this one thing, and that is appreciate and acknowledge or reward our success and our hard work and what we have accomplished till date, whatever it may be. And you may feel that, okay, no problem, if I don't feel successful, that's fine. At least I'm able to do the task that I want to, or at least I'm able to accomplish something. Here's the catch. The biggest downfall of this is that the things that we are actually able to do right now, because of willpower, maybe temporary motivation or temporary inspiration or whatever might be working for you right now, guilt or punishing yourself, whatever methods that is making you do the task that you are doing right now, they will cease to exist. Why? Because any action that is not rewarded ceases to exist. It stops existing. And this was proven by an experiment on classical conditioning by Ivan Pavlov, who was a Russian psychologist, and even he was awarded with Nobel Prize for this experiment on this subject. So what he did was he conditioned a response, a different response to a different stimulus. For example, the dog usually salivates only at the sight of food. The stimulus is food and the response is salivation. Now what the experiment was that as soon as he gave food, he also rang a bell. What the dog started associating the bell with, the ringing of the bell with, was salivation. After some time, even when the food was not shown and the bell was ringed, the dog was salivating. So there was a response to a different stimulus. This is called classical conditioning. And now next is the part where it becomes more interesting. If and when the psychologist stopped showing up food, which was the reward, the salivation, the response, started reducing. For example, he was just ringing the bell and was not showing up food or not giving food to the dog. The response, the intensity of the response started decreasing. Means the salivation started decreasing, which is called extension of a behavior. It was a learned behavior that the dog was salivating based on the ringing of bell, and now that he stopped showing up food, or now that he stopped giving food, the dog stopped salivating, which is what happens to us. We also have experienced it, that few days we are very productive, we are able to do everything that we planned, we are able to do a morning routine, evening routine, eat properly, do the things that we wanted to do, and after 2 to 3 days, everything goes down. Like all our motivation and inspiration, or whatever you call it, goes down the drain, and we do not want to do anything, because internally we feel, what's the point? Our brain feels that if an action or an activity is not getting rewarded, then what's the point of doing it? Our brain does not understand things what are good or bad. It only understands things based on rewards and punishment. That is how a child is trained, and that is how our subconscious mind, or our mind when we were growing up, was trained. Our brain was trained in that way, and this is how we continue to train ourselves in the future as well. Like even as adults, this is the only way we will train ourselves. So when my therapist and I were trying to dig deep and investigate my two ups and downs of motivation, and my feeling of hatred towards the things that I actually want to do, the productive and the good things that I want to do, I sometimes feel hatred towards doing that task, and I never feel that it's enough. Like, no matter how much I do, there's always more to do. When we were investigating this, we found that I never ever appreciate or give value to the things that I've already accomplished, and I always start looking at the next thing. And in fact, the worst thing, when I accomplish a task, I feel like I should have done that earlier. I start criticizing myself, I should have done this earlier, I should have done this yesterday, and now start focusing on the next thing. And okay, now I have to get up tomorrow morning early and have to go for yoga or badminton, or eat healthy, cannot have this much sugar or whatever. So always just focusing on the next thing that I need to do, and never ever appreciating or even acknowledging that the things that I've already done. That taught my brain ki it's not worth it. It's not necessary to do the good things, because those actions are not getting rewarded, and anything that does not get rewarded becomes extinct. So how to get out of this rut? So how to break this pattern? First, you have to accept it. Acceptance to the thoughts that you're already getting, that Anushka, you're not doing enough, Anushka, you still need to do this, and all those things. You need to accept it, because that is how you've been trained for your whole life until that point. I'm 24 years old, and for 24 years I have trained myself to do or think in a certain way. So I need to have that acceptance towards myself, that yeah, I am going to keep getting these thoughts, and I am going to get these negative thoughts. That is step one, acceptance. Second, that is challenging these negative thoughts, answering to those negative thoughts in a third person way. Like, for example, if I'm getting a thought that I should have done this, or I should have gotten up early and went to yoga, and why did I not do this, I did not do this, blah 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 blah, whatever negative thinking is happening, or whatever negative thoughts are coming to me, I need to answer myself in this way. But Anushka, you were able to read last night. Anushka, you ate healthy even though you were craving for something sugary or something unhealthy. You still had a healthy dinner last night. Anushka, you completed a task properly, which you had planned for yourself. So you need to answer to yourself with taking your name and remind yourself of the things that you have done, that you have accomplished. This is a way of retraining our brain and giving it the thoughts that that you want it to have more often. The things that we answer, the way we answer to our automatic thoughts, is the way our brain learns to think in a new way. This might sound confusing, but try to be with me here. Now, the next thing and the most important is what's called token economy, and I'll explain to you in an easier way. Basically, we will reward any and every good behavior of ours. For example, if you plan to do a task and you did it, you reward yourself with a materialistic thing. And this may sound weird, we shouldn't promote materialism, blah blah blah, but for the sake of retraining our brain and rewiring our brain and our thought patterns, let's do this. Pick a thing that you feel good about. Maybe it could be a dessert, maybe it could be a ring, an earring, or anything that you like, and something that you can have easily. So every time you're able to challenge your thoughts, every time you're able to do the things that you planned and wanted, and the good things that you wanted to do, you will reward yourself. And that should be a tangible thing, a physical thing, and that you could see and you can notice. So every time, if for example, if you're buying yourself an earring, every time you do something good or something that you planned, you will be able to see that a bowl is getting filled with earrings and earrings and earrings, and that will be a reminder to you that you know how much you've been doing. This may sound simple, but it really works. It really does work, and you can search about token economy as well. This is how we train our brain, and this is actually what we learned as kids as well, that our parents used to give us something when we did good and take that thing back when we did not do something good. And this is actually just how our brain learns. And so give into it, lean into it, and try this. Because unless and until we reward ourselves, we appreciate ourselves and acknowledge the work, the tasks that we have done, and the journey that we have covered till now, we'll never be able to reach where we actually want to. And even if we do reach, we'll be feeling even more miserable at that time, because we have never learned how to feel happy, how to feel accomplished and successful. It's all a game of feeling, and if you don't learn it, what's the point? What's even the point of being successful, right? If we can't feel that. So I hope my video gave you some value, and if it did, then please like and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.